There's a biological reason your cat keeps choosing your pillow, and it has nothing to do with comfort. When cats settle down, their brains don't fully switch off. Even in sleep, they stay tuned to patterns, breathing, temperature shifts, subtle movement. That's why location matters more than softness. Your pillow sits right next to the strongest signals your body produces. Every breath, every small change in rhythm, every trace of warmth gathers there in a way your cat can detect instantly. So when it chooses that spot, it isn't just finding somewhere to lie down. It's placing itself where your body becomes the most readable part of its environment. And once you understand that, the question isn't, why does my cat sleep on my pillow? It's why it keeps choosing the one place where it can sense you the most, even when you're not aware of it. 1. He still chooses the pillow, even though there are softer options. You might not notice it at first. There are softer places nearby, blankets, cushions, even entire sections of the bed that don't move at all. And still, your cat ends up on your pillow. So the explanation feels obvious. It just likes that spot more. But that idea starts to fall apart when you think about how cats actually choose where to settle. They don't chase the best spot. They stick with what already works. That difference matters, because comfort can change. A blanket shifts, a cushion cools down, a position feels different the next night. But consistency, that's something a cat holds on to. Your pillow, even though it moves, carries a pattern your cat already understands. The same signals, the same presence, the same feeling every time it returns. So instead of testing new places again and again, it goes back to the one place that doesn't need to be reevaluated. That's the shift. It's not choosing what feels best. It's choosing what already feels decided. But that still doesn't explain why it always picks the exact same area. 2. It's always near your head, not anywhere else. If you pay attention over a few nights, there's something very specific about it. Your cat doesn't just stay somewhere on the bed. It goes straight to your head. At first, it feels like closeness, like it simply wants to be near you. But that doesn't explain the precision, because near you could mean anywhere. What makes that spot different isn't distance, it's intensity. Everything your body gives off gathers there more than anywhere else. Heat builds, air shifts as you breathe. Your scent concentrates in a way you wouldn't notice, but your cat does. To your cat, that's not just you. That's the clearest version of you available in the room. So when it settles there, it's not just staying close. It's staying where your presence is strongest and easiest to read. Even when you turn in your sleep, it adjusts, just enough to stay in that same zone. Not random, not accidental. It's tracking the signal. But staying close like that isn't just about where you are, it's about what it can feel from you. 3. It's located where you can feel your breath. There's another layer that doesn't stand out unless you really think about it. Your cat doesn't just lie near your head, it settles in a position where your breathing becomes part of its environment. At first glance, it looks like sleep, but cats don't completely disconnect when they rest. Their sleep comes in lighter phases, short cycles where awareness never fully shuts off. That means even when your cat looks still, part of it is still tracking what's happening around it. Your breathing becomes a steady signal, the rise, the fall, the rhythm, something constant in an otherwise quiet environment. And when that rhythm changes slightly, your cat adjusts, not fully waking up, not reacting dramatically, just enough to stay aligned with what it's sensing. So what looks like deep sleep is actually something more balanced, rest without losing awareness. And that awareness doesn't stay neutral, it starts to change how your cat settles next to you. 4. It presses against your face or neck while you sleep. At some point during the night, something shifts. Your cat moves closer, not randomly, but with intention. It settles near your face, your neck, as if it's trying to line itself up with something. That's where the meaning flips. Because this isn't just about being close anymore. Your body is creating a rhythm through breathing, warmth, and constant micro-movement. And when your cat presses into that, it's not ignoring it. It's syncing with it. That's why the contact feels different, less restless, more grounded, as if everything has settled into a stable pattern. Cats are extremely sensitive to small fluctuations. When they find something steady, they stay with it. And in that moment, your body becomes one of the most stable signals in the room. So instead of drifting, your cat locks into that rhythm. It's not getting comfort from you, it's stabilizing itself through you. But this still doesn't explain why it keeps coming back, even after you move it away. 5. You push it down, but the next night it comes back. This is where the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. You move your cat away, it leaves, finds another spot, and then the next night, it's back again. Same place, same behavior. At first, it feels like stubbornness, but cats don't repeat things blindly. They repeat what works. Each time your cat settles there and everything feels stable, no sudden disruption, no discomfort, that choice gets reinforced. Not as a habit, but as a conclusion. This works. So when the next night comes, it doesn't explore, it doesn't hesitate, it goes straight back to the same place. Because from its perspective, there's no reason to question it anymore. That's the difference. It's not repeating the behavior, it's repeating the result. And when a cat keeps choosing the same place like that, it's no longer just habit. 6. It's hot sleeping next to your head when you have absolutely no control over it. There's one detail that changes everything. It's not where your cat sleeps, it's when. Because this only happens when you're fully asleep. No awareness, no reaction, no control. From your side, nothing is happening. But in the animal world, that's the most vulnerable state there is. When awareness drops, the environment matters more than anything else. And yet, your cat stays there, right next to your head, even when there's no movement to read, no signal to follow, just stillness. That's where the meaning shifts for the last time. Because at that point, your cat isn't tracking anything anymore. It's not reacting, not adjusting, not evaluating. It's simply staying. And that only happens when something has already proven itself safe over and over again. So what you're seeing in that moment isn't just behavior. It's a state where your cat no longer needs to question anything about being near you. That's not instinct anymore. That's trust, without interaction. So, when your cat curls up on your pillow, it's easy to dismiss it as something small, something cute. A fleeting moment you forget the second you wake up. But at this stage, that simple explanation no longer holds any weight. Because that choice, it isn't built on the softness of the fabric or the warmth of the bed. It's built on something far more rare: certainty. It's a place where the signals never change, where nothing shifts in a way that feels unpredictable. A sanctuary where they don't need to stay alert, even for a single heartbeat. And that realization changes everything you're looking at. Because this is no longer just a sleeping spot. It's the one place your cat has learned, through years of observation, that it can fully let go without the constant need to scan the shadows. Even when you're fast asleep, even when you aren't there to react, even when the world feels completely out of your control, your cat still chooses to stay right there. That's the part most people fail to see. At this point, it isn't following a primitive instinct. It isn't testing your reaction. It isn't trying to figure you out anymore. It already did. So, if they keep choosing that exact spot night after night, it might not be the pillow they are choosing. It might be the only place in their entire world where they have never once felt the need to doubt what comes next. If you've ever woken up to find your cat right there by your head, know that you've earned a level of trust most will never understand. If this story changed the way you see that quiet moment, please hit the like button and subscribe. It helps us reach more owners who want to truly listen to what their cats are whispering. And tell me in the comments, what is that one spot where your cat feels safest? I'd love to hear your story.